coming out of whack. And that's why they love her right back. And if you rock it right in the middle of the night, she won't hesitate to pull out the rack like that, 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 like that.
If you are a competing poet this evening, we need to see you out in the lobby. If you are a competing poet this evening, please make your way to the lobby so we can speak with you about a myriad of things.
I'm just living life the best way I know how.
For those that are not competing poets, we're going to get started here in the next few minutes. Just relax, continue to talk amongst yourselves, maybe meet somebody new, hang out, you know, and I'll be back in a few minutes.
I don't deal with backstabbing, you feel it. I'm a realist, I don't fuck with fantasy. Top of the world is the man I plan to be. Spot I plan to reach, so most of y'all is out of reach. Like the money hungry hoes down in South Beach. If you ain't driving Lamborghini, then you ain't hitting. I prefer purple tape girl over chickens. Cause the chicken clucking come a dime a dozen. Electric relaxation is the shit she fell in love with. And I'm in love with it, leap of faith, jump with it. Bitches everywhere like the pumps in a bump video. Oh no, here we go again. Bull going in, baths off, slow again. Yeah.
Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you want to be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that.
But back to the lecture at hand.
The hot Atlanta, y'all, it's one of the best. Where they speak southern slang and smoke lacess. Yeah, the place that I rest.
Cause I was born a water baby, swimming with these times, the grooves that turn the gray to sunshine. Cause I will live through days that break me, swimming with these times, grooves that turn the grey to sunshine.
I'm still trying to write the story as I see it. The trouble is when I say it, they don't believe it. They reckon I only say it, but I don't mean it. I'm trying to tell them I only say it if I can feel it. Cause money's tight, maybe tighter than it was before. I'm helping out on a mortgage I really can't afford. Family breaking north, I covered the trips abroad. Shaking, I'm making another loss on another tour. But what I done it for? To see my mother in the sun abroad. I run in the trouble that was coming for. My little brother got the hunger for all the exact same pain that makes the rain in my stomach pour. So let me paint it broader. This for any dude who's got a daughter, living off lines that your papa taught. Ain't got no time to be coming for you. Go with the flow with this, run the water. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this. Go with the flow with this.
Don't you worry, your leaves won't grow the same, and people might forget your name. Doesn't matter if they do. Don't you hurry, When the hot coffee pours will stain, and when the Uber left you in the rain, your time will come around to you. Despite the stress of spending so much time alone, 'cause this geography is keeping me at home when I don't know the way to go.
Good evening, y'all. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Millie. I'm so glad to have you all here for our second Paper Thin Slam of the year. It is one of my favorite slams. We always get some new voices. We always get some new work, so I'm super excited. And I'm going to say more about that later. But what I'm up here for now is to say that we cannot do this slam without some of you beautiful folks. We need five judges to help us make this slam go. The only qualifications that you have to meet in order to be a judge, you have to be able to hear, you have to be able to see, and you have to be able to write down the numbers from 0 to 9. Those are the only requirements of being a judge. In fact, the less you think you know about poetry, the better. We want you to be unbiased, clean slates for all the wonderful work that we're going to see tonight. So if you would be willing to be a judge, if you would just shoot your hand in the air. I like volunteers. Did y'all come up together? Bet we might have like a team judge. This is wonderful. I love this. I was getting ready to bring out my good Pentecostal speech, and I don't even have to do none of that. I just got volunteers already. There you go. A board for y'all. Y'all can work together. That'll be beautiful. That'll be beautiful. Do you know any of the poets in the competition? See, you look like you knew poets in the competition. You can't know nobody in the competition. That's not fair. You right. That was my bad. You can't know no poets in the competition. I'll come back with markers and such in a moment. I have 2 judges. I have 3 judges. I love your outfit, sis. Beautiful. I have 4. If you could just pass that whiteboard down. Thank you so much. That's wonderful. And this lovely team right here. Y'all are beautiful. I'll give y'all some more judging instructions a little bit later. But for right now, y'all can continue to talk amongst yourselves. We are giving the poets some instructions, and then we'll get started in a few minutes.
Said he found another. It was getting tougher. You were gonna power through. Still, he felt kinda smothered. Probably should've said, but he can't ever stand illusion. Now it ain't so heavy on you. How it burns so steady on you. Lesson learned, unbearable truth. Why you gotta move so damn sensible? What you gotta lose, Lord? What you gotta lose? What you gotta lose? You got what you gotta do, Lord? What you gotta lose? You got everything to prove. You got everything to prove. You could be a model. Get to go to every party in West Hollywood and party with your idols. Ooh, yeah, steady on you. Nothing you can do. You're incredible. What you gotta lose, love? What you gotta lose? What you gotta lose? You gotta do what you gotta do, love. What you gotta lose? You got everything to prove. You got everything to prove. Say what you gotta lose. Say what you gotta lose, Lord. You got everything to prove. You got everything to prove. You got everything to prove.
Well, it's over thanks to you.
Commander, we did it.
Say, where's Spider?
I guess he got away again.
Well, these plans are safe now anyway.
Yes?
The giant robot did it. Okay, robot.
Let's go.
The plans for the QQV transparent metal are saved. But Spider and his evil master, Emperor Guillotine, still are free and planning to conquer the world. Johnny Sacco and the giant robot must stay on the alert.
Hey, can you turn down your oldies? I'm trying to do my homework.
What? I'm listening to my music. I don't say nothing to you, Nessa, when you listen to that crap you call music.
Yes, you do.
Well, it's my house. You want some privacy? Why don't you go to the library or one of your friends' home? You know, you got a lot of nerve, man. Talking about you listen to Mary J. Blige, those street boys and all that bull. Talking about oldies. This is music.
Conjunction, junction, what's your function?
Functional solutions.
What's up, y'all? I'm not judging you, I promise. A tiny little bit. We'll work that out in a second. Let's get started, shall we? My name is Ashley, aka Millie, aka Young Mills, aka Young Mills the God, and I'll be your host for this evening. Tonight we are going to have a beautiful, beautiful poetry slam. I'm excited. As I said earlier, this is one of my favorite slams of the year, where we get to hear a lot of new voices, a lot of new work, and I'm excited for us to get that started. Poetry Slam is a competition started in the 80s by this weird dude that we don't really like to talk about much anymore, because turns out he was racist and sexist and misogynist and all these other weird things, and we're like, but he, started a cool thing to get people to come listen to poems, and so we appreciate that about him, and we've been doing it since 1985, and we are still here. The Bull City Slam team is one that has competed regionally, nationally. We've got old family that's around the world now, and so I'm excited for you all to be here with us and a part of this, and the continued legacy that we get to build. I am not the usual host. Desan normally does this job. He does a lot better job than me, so thank you so much. So if you have questions, ask the regular guy when he comes back. Don't ask me. I don't know nothing. I'm just here. All right, couple instructions before we get started. Judges, tonight you are going to hear some fantastic poems. And when the poem is over, you are going to give it a score from 0 to 10. Now, 10 is this is the best poem you have ever heard in your entire life. It is inspirational. Your life is going to be different now because of this poem. You know what I'm saying? You came here and just things wasn't going right, but now it's almost like you met Jesus. You're going to get a better job. You're going back to school. You're going to treat your girl right. You know what I'm saying? This poem has changed. That's a 10. That's a 10. On the other hand, a 0 is if you could go back in time so that poet's mama and daddy did not even meet, so that they then could not have, conceived the poet, so that then the poet could never have even had the idea to pick up a pen and let you hear this poem tonight. Now that's a 0 poem, okay? I mean, I've been in this a long time. I'm gonna tell you, I've heard some poems on both ends of the spectrum, okay? So we know what a 10 is, we know what a 0 is. If it doesn't make you feel, either way, 5.7, 8.2, 9.3. We do encourage you to use a decimal point, just one number after the decimal point, okay? I am a math teacher, but I can't really do math. Don't ask questions about that. But if you use the decimal point, that will help us to avoid ties. Cool? Cool. Audience, your job is to sway the judges, okay? They give you a score that you do not agree with. You can boo the judges, okay? They give you a score that you appreciate. You clap, you applaud. You encourage the judges to do what you want them to do throughout the night. Cool? Cool. Judges, do not be swayed by the audience, okay? I gave you the whiteboard for a reason. Even though you can't hold on to your marker, I still chose you for a purpose. Okay, don't be swayed by the audience. All right, we cool? We ready to get started? We feel good? All right, real quick, poets. Because this is a paper-thin slam, all of our poets tonight are reading off of paper, okay? This music stand is here. If you want to use it, you do not have to use this stand, okay? It is just here if you want to, but you don't have to put your poems on the stand. That's just there to be nice. Also, if you want to come up on the stage using these front steps, you can. It's been pointed out to me that there is no railing, and some people feel unsafe. So if you feel unsafe, you can also access the stage by going through this door at the very end. My only request, poets, is I'm going to tell you when you're going to be next. All right? So if you are, for example, sitting over here, and I tell you you are next, don't wait till I call you up to walk over there. All right? When I tell you you're next, you can just start making your way over there, because we don't got all day. All right, bless the Lord. Before we get started, we are going to have a calibration poet. This poet, judges, you are going to judge as though they were in the competition, even though they are not technically a part of the competition, but you will use them to base your scores off of as we go. Cool? All right, coming up to the stage is your calibration poet for the night. Put your hands together for Matt G. Judges, you are thinking and you are wondering. Oh, I was coming to get that for you. Wonderful. You are thinking, and this is the longest amount of time you will have to come up with your scores, judges. You are thinking and you are thinking. Do I need to write these down, Wendy, or you got it? All right, wonderful. All right, on the count of three, judges, you are going to hold up. No, you got to wait till I count to three. Okay, you got to wait. On the count of three, you're going to hold up your scores. I'm going to read them out 2 times. So please do not put your board down just because I've called your number. Hold it and leave it up, all righty? Judges, on the count of 3, what say you? 1, 2, 3, judges. All right. Okay. Bless the name of the Lord. Okay. I'm going to read these first, and then we're going to go over some housekeeping rules, and then we're going to go. All right, from low to high, I have a 6.5. I have an 8.0. I have an 8.4, an 8.8, and a 9.5. Again, I've got a 6.5, an 8, an 8.4, an 8.8, and a 9.5. Give it up for the poet. All right, judges, real quick before we go into the official first round. I got just, these glasses are not for show, okay? There's a strong prescription in these lenses. So if I could get y'all to write just a little bigger on the scorecard, that was just a little, thank you so much, so I don't have to work so hard tonight. All right. Tonight, you will hear from these poets in this order. You will hear from Nick Corman, Angela, Chris Lewis, Jada Amani, The Total Woman, Mona Lisa, Elizabeth June, and Key. Angela, you are up next. But coming up to the stage right now, put your hands together for Nick Corman.
Alabama's got me so upset. Tennessee may
That was a poet doing a poem. Wendy, what did our sacrificial poet get? Our sacrificial poet had a score of 25.2. Judges, what say you about Nick's poem on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. All right. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 scores. I'm waiting on the 5th score. Wait. Okay. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.5. We have a 9.1, a 9.5, a 10, and a 10. Again, whoa. Keep them up. We have an 8.5, a 9.1, a 9.5, a 10, and a 10. Did I say something wrong? That gives us a score of 28.6. Applaud the poets. All right, Jada, you are on deck. Chris Lewis, you are up next, but put your hands together now for Angela.
Can y'all hear me okay? I'm tired of hearing go back to Africa or go back where you came from. I was born and raised here, American braid. I never left where I came from. My ancestors were forced here. They didn't have a choice. And now that we, their descendants, are prospering, you try everything to steal our voice. Who told you that you're superior, that you're the best of the best? Who told you that God only wants you in his kingdom and that he'll accept no one else? We're tired of being traumatized by a society that claimed we were free. Maybe someone needs to reread the definition because we're not free from what I see. People in positions of authority keep voting on our right to vote. Why hasn't that been abolished instead of everyone passing the note? Either we have equal rights or we don't. Either you make us truly free or you won't. I'm sick and tired of all the contradictions. The absurdity has caused us many afflictions. We aren't going anywhere despite how hard you fight us. Your unjust persecutions are what fan the flames that drive us. In spite of your feet pressing into our necks, I dare not fight you with hate. I will slay you with kindness, and all the while my sons and daughters I will educate, showing them how to love people from all nations and to not be blinded by others' disgust. I will steer them toward a path of decency and virtue, teaching them that integrity is a must. In God's eyes, we are not separated by the color of our skin. We are set apart by what's in our hearts. Your hate for us is your sin. You've justified feeling threatened by your preconceived notions, a lame excuse to get away with pure ignorance, while we are the ones being threatened every single day as we continue to fall prey to your indifference. You're not afraid of the shade of our skin tone as you claim with your snide remarks. Even as a child, I've never been afraid simply of a color in my crayon box. It is our education that you fear because knowledge has the ability to empower. Therefore, you try to take our freedom and our lives so that our future you can devour. We will keep pressing on to the face of adversity, for God has gifted us with indelible discernment. We dare not negate the progress of those who fought before us, as we are just as determined to be seen as the humans our Father in heaven created us to be, determined to have a fair chance in life and see our children grow up safely, determined to not be treated like the animals we've been falsely accused of portraying, determined to live meaningful lives embellished with fervent praying for times of peace in a world saturated with horror, and for equality in a society where the poor keep getting poorer, praying for the safe return of our loved ones every time they leave their homes, praying we don't keep being mistreated because of the melanin in our undertones. Our culture is intriguing, our pride is dutiful, our heads we do hold high because our skin is beautiful. We are here, flesh and bone, but not animals sought for the slaughter. We are here, humbled and strengthened by the Almighty Father. We are here as a people, known for rising above. We are here and we shall continue to grow one another in love. We are here, see us, hear us, know us. We are here, ever emerging like a lotus. Flower that is, self-resurrecting, learning from the past and always reflecting. We'll continue to shine while you continue to fear. No matter what you do to us, still we are here.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, let's see those scores on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. A little bit, mercy. All right. Hold up. Let me stand on this side because I can't see everybody. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I'm waiting for somebody. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.1. We've got another 8.1, a 9.0, a 9.0, and a 10. Woo! Again, we've got an 8.1, an 8.1, a 9, and a 10. Give it up for the poet. That gives us a score of 26.1. 26.1. We applaud the poet, not the score. All right, Total Woman, you are on deck. Jada, you are next. But put your hands together for Chris Lewis.
This is for all those who love a 90s kind of love. Now, this is the story of how she met and fell in love with a 90s man, a classic man. A brother was born on a Good Friday, so I said, "What's up? My name is Chris, and you know this, man." She thought her brother was funny. She was hip to the game. I said, "Can we talk for a minute?" "Girl, I want to know your name." Was it Lisa, Angela, Pamela, Renee? She came from around the way, and we all know ladies love Cool J. My flow's gonna come in handy. I could tell she wanna be down. I told her, "Baby, to be honest, you're the best thing around. So let me get a sip of your brandy." She said, "I don't know how you do it, Chris, but your words just hypnotize me." I said, "It's no biggie. That's how I stay filthy." Gave her a look that said, "It's time to get busy." She looked back at me crazy. She said, "You sure you can keep up?" "Ooh, say what, say what, say what?" "Stop playing. Girl, you know what's up. That Jones gonna come down heavy. Shit be a motherfucker." She said, "We gonna get shaggy and you could be my Mr. Lover Lover." I said, "Or I could be your favorite usher. Take you to a place nice and quiet. I know you won't go, but I just wanna take it nice and slow." She looking me up and down. She could tell I was gifted at what I do. I better not let her see me Keith Sweat though, but all I wanna say is, "Girl, you got me twisted over you." So we head back to her hood, and she rushes me inside her crib and grabs on my Big Mike. So I proceed to lay the wood. Big Mike, yeah, that's who I claim to be. But the girl is so dangerous, and she's no damn good for me. Didn't know how right I was, because as soon as we get done, she's kicking me out. Only because Mom and Grandma's are coming home, and a boy in the hood ain't what they want to hear about. Hard to let go, she kisses me tenderly. She tells me that she needs me because she sweat her brother majorly. That's word to Machiavelli. So I leave, but she knows I'll be back. Got me feeling on top of the world. So next time she sees me, she'll be like, "It's the return of the Mac." Thank you.
I'm having like an intense internal battle right now. Like I'm trying to stay focused. Everybody sing along. Here we go. I get so weak in the knees, I can hardly speak. I lose all control. Something takes over me. We got things to do, okay, guys? Let's stay focused. Judges, that was a poem. I need your scores on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. That's beautiful. All right, you hate the 90s. I'm sorry. From low to high, we have a 7.5. We have an 8. We have an 8.4, a 9.8, and a 9.8. Again, that was a 7.5, an 8, an 8.4, a 9.8, and a 9.8. That gives us a score of 26.2. Give it up for the poet and not the score. Mona Lisa, you are on deck. The Total Woman is up next. But right now, put your hands together for Jada Imani.
Your house has always felt like a museum. A cornucopia of treasures too precious for a yard sale, and I could always find myself lost among the things people said wasn't worth keeping. This morning I was told that they couldn't fix the blockage in your heart and that they would manage the pain. Well, find me fucked up, because part of me felt like the whole world transformed into an EKG with no rhythm, and I was searching every other offbeat trying to catch my own breath. The other part of me felt like saying, well, damn, we more alike than you think, or at least we got the same vice. We both have a way of holding on to pain. We both know that that shit is easy, but the recovery from an open heart surgery is the part that never made sense to either of us. We understand that collector's items always have a way of appreciating in value over time. You have a habit of fighting the clock for borrowed time, and I have a habit of being a hoarder of things that never really belonged to me. I saw it as a way to bond, like it was our shared interest, something that would make you find the purpose in loving me, or at least like it was something that we could talk about over a drink. Currently, I'm fighting the urge to take the whole bottle to the face in public, and I don't, because I was raised better than that. You taught me early that a concealed vice is always better than a carried one. So I keep my liquor tucked tight between my mouth and my voice box. I keep my shame tucked tight between my mirror and my reflection, and I keep you tucked tight between my admiration and my rage. I've made a habit of looking for shit that I shouldn't have had to find in the first place, like love. I've made it a habit of writing poems that translate tears into rage. I've made a habit of crying, but this habit of habitually remembering how to love each other when life expectancy is on the line has me half-cocked, and I'm ready to take a conversation, a minefield of bad memories, and turn it into a gun range. So I'm ready to just ask the hard question straight up right now. Why was I not worth collecting? Why was making me work for your love the vice you kept tucked tight between I love you and Jada Poo? Why did you love me from the broken places in your heart? Am I the blockage? The pain that you have had to learn to live with. But with borrowed time reminding us that it was never ours to keep in the first place, we are now in a state of emergency. So let's break the glass, turn this museum into a rage room. Let's sit in ruin. I am fighting the urge to turn your memory into a memorial that reads, our love never died because it didn't have the heart to live in the first place. But I don't, because the way I see it, concealing my grudge a lot better than carrying your guilt. As I'm writing this, it's 3:51 a.m. in Pompano Beach, and it's my first soul fried, and you are all the way in fucking Charlotte, and I have been fighting the urge to swim the ocean just to tell you, I forgive you. That you never left my mind. I just had you hidden in the museum of things that I felt was too valuable to break. This museum, like any other, is a treasure trove of tricky past lives and stolen moments, and some of those moments remind me that you have always loved me, even when you forgot how to show it. Thank you.
That was a poet doing a poem. All right, judges, let's see those scores on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. All right. Let me just, sorry, I don't know why I think I can see over there. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.7. Then we have a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. That gives us our first 30 of the night. Give it up for the poet. All right, Elizabeth June, you are on deck. Mona Lisa, you are next. But coming up to the stage now, put your hands together for the total woman.
Hey y'all, I'm the Total Woman. I know someone's thinking, another angry black woman eulogy, filled with memories of strange fruit lynchings and feminist movement intentions, but it's not. I am here to declare and decree that I too am the American dream. Born to some the wrong colored skin, so I'm doomed to iniquity. I am Maya Angelou's nappy-headed pigeon-toed cage bird singing. I am Zora's reason for high confidence when most were disbelieving. You see, I am the byproduct of low-income intentions, crackhead stairwells, kicked-in doors, maintaining and dwelling interrogations, respected strippers, and neighborhood whores. I was created in a place where the smell of piss and bananas bombard the atmosphere, breathing the taste of racial conflict and harmony, simultaneously existent separate, pretending to share the same ethnicity. I'm from the mental space that was shaped by the hood, where all my homeboys incarcerated are dead, where no snitching is just understood. You think this just a contest to me? This is my chance for lives to be transformed. You think this just a slam to me? I'm preaching love, don't judge, period, at this forum. So as I stand before you, transparent and vulnerable, I'm crying. One God, one people. One God, one people. One God, one people. Come on, one God, one people. One God, one people, one love. Thank you.
I don't know what the insurance is like. All right, that was a poet doing a poem. Judges, I need those scores on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold them up. Hold up the scores. From low to high, we have an 8.4, an 8.5, an 8.9, 9.0, and a 9.2. Again, that's an 8.4, 8.5, 8.9, 9, and 9.2, giving us a score of 26.4. Give it up for the poet and not the score. All right, Key, you are on deck. Elizabeth June, you are next. But right now, put your hands together for Mona Lisa.
Love Serendipity, Part 1. Peace be upon you. Where have you been all of my life? And why did you come now? You permeated me in the same spaces I'd been touched before, yet my reflexes slowly gasp for more. As I greet you in darkness, I feel the universe expanding. I am made whole once again. Nothing is missing, everything is unfolding, my self-love increasing, drifting as you enter my spirit. Yet there is no door, just a pathway to peace, a sigh of release. I submit to your eyes, mesmerized by layered prophecies, trying not to get wrapped in a mind trip, a foreplay of deceptive mysteries. Undressing my fortress whilst in the nude, you initiated caressing my right breast, having left me speechless. Every time as you devour my nipples, like it's always for the first time, and I lose my temperance, making me unsure of how long I will wait again for this bliss. From a puckered kiss on my forehead as you nibble down gently in my inner thighs, I stretch my arm to the ether, then behold your melanated head, sensually intercepting your phallus before it adjacents into my crevice. I cater to you. As I succumb below while you feast from the fruit of a mango tree, I am ready to consume your decadent juice and partake all of your nectar's essence, as if I had been celibately thirsty. I continue to return the attention. My focus is only your satisfaction, deeply absorbing your manhood, sedulously increasing my desire for you, and increasing my desire for you while you increase your desire for me, while simultaneously quenching my appetite's emptiness. To reconcile my timeline, my days and nights are blurred when I'm with you. I'm always dreaming unreality. There's no war between us except to love on each other raw, uproariously, rioting your name as I'm holding on to my last breath, breathing without air, gasping, breathe within.
A poet doing a poem. Judges, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold up your scores. Let's try that again. Hold up your scores. This is when you hold up the scores. All right, from low to high, we have a 5.0, a 7.0, a 7.9, an 8.0, and an 8.1. Again, we've got a 5, a 7, a 7.9, an 8, and an 8.1, giving us a score of 22.9. Applaud the poet, not the raggedy scores. All right, let's see. Key, you are on deck right now. Put your hands together for Elizabeth June.
Nigga, 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 please. I'm sitting on a train trying to read or get some Z's when a plethora of niggas inundate my peaceful ears, dripping from the lips of intellectuals of varied years. Some may say that I'm old-fashioned, out of date, or out of touch. Oh my God, miss, why you wildin'? Just a word. Get out much? Just a word. Una palabra. Just some letters organized. So when I call your mother nigga, don't stand there looking all surprised. I'm a nigga, you a nigga, we be niggas in hill figures. Wouldn't you like to be a nigga too? Doctor nigga, lawyer nigga, preacher nigga, teach a nigga some respect. It ain't about what you expect. Talking loud and talking proud with your homies. And I don't blame you. I'm not here to judge or shame you. I just want to educate you, medicate you, then sedate you. So you'll dream a little bigger. Read Zig Ziglar, motivate you to higher heights. Dead the fights, the animosity, my own hypocrisy. I'm not saying I don't say it, but there are things you do in private, like excrement you place in water closets, in the toilet. Don't go and boil it, and because the stench fills the area. Hysteria if Caucasians on occasion called your great-gran a nigga. Sad thing is, they probably did, and it wasn't a term of endearment. When they heard that word, the fear meant you had to be out of town by sundown. Couldn't wear a frown, had to smile all the while. Yes, sir, Mr. Charlie, I's a happy nigga. How you figure? Just cause you speak Espanol, that su familia can't relate? Check your history, mija. You'll find a plantation filled with hate. When I hear you say nigga to your family, friends, and foes, I hear the lash of the master's whip while his daughter wore pretty bows. I hear the screams of mothers watching their sons lynched in trees while the master's son went to university to get master's degrees. When I hear you say nigga on the bus and subway trains, I hear the cracks of bats beating a civil rights protester's brains. When I hear you say nigga with your friends walking down the street, I blame myself and my generation for pretending everything was sweet. We allowed peace and Reaganomics to lull us to complacency. We stopped protesting and started filling up the vacancies, settling for jobs instead of running our own companies, down on our knees, accepting promises of better days, lackadaisical in our ways, not giving you a stronger vocabulary. Original versions may vary. Negro, negra, nigger, evolution of the word, etymology you've never heard. Google it one day, learn the history, hear the story. And if nigga is the only word we've left you with, my bad, nigga, I'm sorry.
That was a poet doing a poem. On the count of three, let's see those scores. Judges, 1, 2, 3, hold them up. From low to high, we have a 9.8. Then we have a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10. That gives us a score of 30. Applaud the poet and not the score. I feel like I said applaud the poet. We have one more poet, right? Okay, thank you so much. I should have brought the clipboard. I had confidence in myself, and it fell apart. All right, anyway, put your hands together for our last poet of the first round. Let's give it up for Key.
In the cradle of magnolias and misfits, I was born with a tambourine heartbeat, a rhythm I never quite learned to get on beat to. An awkward black girl, I take up space in the outer, and dance in a silent room, my movements a series of stumbles, in a language unspoken and misunderstood. Straddling words that don't quite fit, they say, "You're not like us." My constellation of contradictions, a mosaic of all things they cannot place. The universe conveys a message. To thrive is to fit in. But who is an awkward black girl who refuses to blend? Who is both the shadow and the spotlight, the whisper and the scream, the nightmare and the dream? Each book is my testament, is a story that they can't read, leaving no space for their rebuttal or refusal. My words in orbit land safely on paper. They say, "You should speak up." But where the stories and stars align, my silence is golden, because they don't see the volume of my thoughts at 3 a.m. A symphony that plays a crescendo of hidden truths. My rebellion of blurred, straight lines fill up rooms where an invitation is not needed. My hands are my voice, and I softly hum along to the melody of silent notes as they play. Refusing to conform, I reclaim my presence through my poetry, standing in between being too much and yet still not enough. I'm a force that can't be ignored. The 3 dimensions of my differences I wear proudly. I don't want to fit in. I am proud. I am free. I am me, an awkward black girl, the Holy Trinity. Thank you.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, on the count of 3, you know what to do. 1, 2, 3, hold up your scores. All right, from low to high, we have a 7.0, a 7.7, an 8.0, an 8.8, and a 9.3. Again, that was a 7, a 7.7, an 8, an 8.8, and a 9.3, giving us a score of 24.5. Give it up for the poet. That was the end of our first round. Give it up for yourselves. While Wendy is mathing and letting me know who's going to make it to the second round, I want to say it is very difficult to sit on the stage during the poems because we are not allowed to show facial expressions or reactions, and sometimes y'all said some things that made me want to go, oh shit, and I could not say that because I am supposed to remain neutral. So I'm just going to give a general oh shit to all the poets right now before we move into the second round. It's so difficult. It's so difficult. Wendy is mathing and writing down the names. Oh, that's so sad. Just pick one randomly. Okay. Can I do the math? All right. So we had 8 poets in the first round. We are only taking 5 poets to the second round. We have to say goodbye to Hold up, wait a second. That don't seem right. We have to say goodbye to Mona Lisa. Please give her a round of applause. We have to say goodbye to Key. Give her a round of applause. And we have to say goodbye to Angela. Give her a round of applause. Thank you so much for sharing your poems with us. Please keep coming back. We appreciate you. We love you so much. We are going to hear from these poets in this order. We're going to hear from Elizabeth June, Jada, Nick, the Total Woman, and then Chris. Put your hands together for Elizabeth June.
My name is Cliche. My twin brother is statistic. When mother terminated us, grandmother went ballistic. You've made your bed, now lie in it. But mom thought we might die in it, get high in it, or worse yet, just get by in it. Mediocrity, thy name is survival, revival, in service every Sabbath like a habit. And mom wore it well. The sister acts. The flying nun, all flesh to shun, till Pastor Higgins like O. Henry and Pygmalion, pigs failing in their duties to be righteous, claiming Christ. Such animosity towards hypocrisy will only get you hellbound, feeling spellbound, which is why mom made the pro-choice not to give voice to us twins, revealing sins of the father. Preacher, teacher, filling bleachers in auditoriums, moratoriums for me and brother. Mother thought it best to reintroduce. My name is Cliché, my twin brother is statistic. My name is Cliché, my twin brother is statistic. Mi nombre es Cliché, mi hermano es statistic. Black babies out of wedlock, deadlock. Doesn't take a mystic to predict the plight of children born in scandal. Light a candle, incense, prayers, should be hugging teddy bears. Today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. Should be hugging teddy bears, not avoiding stares of parishioners. Always wishing hers had been the fate of godly girls. Never touched by godly men who can then quote scriptures in the Bible justifying loving acts with virgins. Hey, touched for the very first time. Justifying loving acts with virgins, would-be surgeons, lawyers, engineers without fears or obsessions, day and night, night and day. Over unborn statistics and extinguished cliches.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold up those scores. All right. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. It would be more interesting if I had all 5 scores. All right. From low to high, we've got a 7.8. Hold on. Is that an 8.8? No. Okay. What is that? Okay. My eyes are bad. Okay. Thank you so much. All right. Sorry. From low to high, we have a 7.8. We've got an 8.0, an 8.9, a 9.5, and a 10. That is a 7.8, an 8, an 8.9, a 9.5, and a 10, giving us a score of 27.4. Give it up for the poet and not the score. Total Woman, you were on deck. Nick, you are next. But put your hands together right now for Jada Imani.
I heard there's a certain type of anxiety that comes with being at the free throw line. That your stomach begins to turn as the whole gym devolves into chaos. You have a crowd of people telling you that you will never make it, and just as many people silently cheering for you from the stands. The fact of the matter is that as much as this is a team sport, in that moment you are alone. And everyone on the court, they're just preparing themselves for the ball to drop. I was never much of an athlete. And you were never much of a performer, but we understood each other. We come from a family who knew how to breed beasts. So I will never understand why you left me with all these monsters in my closet. Is that what the game taught you? How to fast break towards the goal, even if that means leaving me behind running suicide lines. They said practice makes permanent. So I have learned to ignore the poems I wanted to write on my inner arms, and I hope you don't start writing playbooks on yours. One time I came downstairs to find you caressing your skin with a knife, unsure of what to do with it. The thought of you plucking feathers from your wingspan is a vision that haunts me even now. And now you have a mural that goes from your ankle to the top of your rib cage. And as much as I can appreciate the idea of taking pain for the sake of becoming a work of art, I have to wonder, were you okay when you booked the appointment? Where was your mindset when you sat down in the chair? Did the carving of your skin feel like home? I never tell him that I'm worried about him leaving, because the truth is, I've convinced myself he just forgot how to stay. My brother can remember stats, plays, his wins and losses, and games he was never even in, but he will forget the arguments and the tears and me. But I realized that's just how he copes. He erases all the other players out of his mind until it's just him versus himself. I've learned to give him grace. I have to remember that he has experienced heartbreak too, that sometimes he bounces a basketball just to remind himself of what a heartbeat sounds like. He is the first person to tell me, yo, stop being so nice to these niggas in your poems. They didn't think about you when they did it. So stop sparing them now. Don't you dare let a nigga make you suffer twice. I was never much of an athlete, and my brother was never a performer, but we were both always poets. So we both have a way of looking at life, metaphor half empty. My brother is away at college, playing ball like he's always wanted to, and I am on a stage spitting poems to a crowd like I've always wanted to, and I'm worried about him and how he's coping, and he's worried about me and how I'm coping, but we both know we have to take this journey alone. So we just do what we can. We stand on the line to see when the ball will drop.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, 1, 2, 3. Hold up those scores. Okay. I see we have some rule breakers in the room. I believe the instructions were, see? And I'm a school teacher. I'm starting school back in a couple of days. It's always one in the class. Always one. All right, from low to high, we've got a 9.9, a 10, a 10, a 10. Y'all know the rest. Give it up for the poet and not the score. Chris, you are on deck. Total Woman, you're up next. But right now, put your hands together for Nick Corman.
So do y'all remember when Russia threw Brittany Griner in jail and deprived her of her human rights? Y'all, yes, no, yay, nay. Okay, cool. Do y'all remember when there was this Russian thug that sold guns and shit that was locked up in the United States? All right, cool. So do y'all remember when they decided to trade them for each other? Yes. All right, cool. Okay. So, there was a lot of criticism about the swap, so I need us to stop and look at the bigger picture. Because no one can dispute that Victor Boot is an international brute, and his nickname being the Merchant of Death is all the proof that we need. But as the kids say, it's time for the USA to be FFR, because the United States deals more arms than any individual or country by far. And this isn't a Victor Boot support poem or a way to bash this country, but let's talk about how the U.S. uses weapons to flex dominance while they peddle influence, control, and money. Militarism keeps this country hungry because we can't stand on morals that we've never cared to follow, so when our leaders promise peace, we We see the world see those promises as hollow. So to the patriots with denial in their diets, this truth will be hard to swallow. But the United States has gotten fat pockets from selling assault rifles and rockets to warlords and war criminals. Our foreign policy has been built off of funding for governments to be overthrown, but make it to appear that our involvement is minimal. Because whether it's over world dominance, ideological prominence, or resources and minerals, we can't act like U.S. contributions to international war crimes is a mythical concept to address. The bottom line is the military-industrial complex only makes our country worry about the bottom line. Because let's talk about Palestine. The world is witnessing genocide, and the U.S. is hanging out the passenger side of its best friend's ride trying to get $1. So please help me understand. How the hell do you expect to limit a war when you're giving a country the weapons to spread it? The United States claims it wants to limit conflict, but they're not taking the necessary measures to dead it. This country sold its soul for geopolitical control. We can't forget that the USA supported Pinochet, and they've historically always been with the drama. They've backed overthrown governments that have spanned from Cuba, Guatemala, Haiti, Hawaii, Nicaragua, Bolivia, and Ghana, but it seems like our weapons are always in demand and we keep on supplying even if they continue to fall into the wrong hands. So let's talk about reality. This country can't half-step its commitment to morality while being active participants in increasing the world's rate of mortality. So America can be angry about Victor Boot's release, and they have every right to add to the hysteria. But if he's the merchant of death, then what does that make America?
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Hold up those scores. All right. From low to high. What was that? High. I'm from a small town called Hepzibah, Georgia. Sometimes it pops up. All right. From low to high, we have a 9.0. Then we have a 10, a 10, a 10, and a 10, giving us a score of 30. Give it up for the poet, not the score. Chris, you are on deck, but right now, put your hands together for the total woman.
Hey, y'all. Okay. I saw the vanity of my generation through social media insanity of likes, views, followers, and friends, valuing themselves through the looking glass syndrome, looking for approval, acceptance burning for fake connections to the creatures in the virtual world, whose Jordans and iPhones and loud sat up on the scale of the darkness of suburbia, then float across the hood blasting trap music, who lets their conscience be guided by camera capabilities, capturing every idea, fight, and twerking ability, who puts exotic hair on pedestals, ass to hips to lips, making Las Africanas wish to install European hair extensions to complete this list, who sees lust as love in a revelation that says fuck love, fuck commitment and responsibilities, fuck forever of the same face, fucking in the same place, figurating in the same space. We got all this, but still searching for completion, with tears running towards fake smiles of happiness, with the disguise of laughter laughing too loud. Still bitches dying while traveling to his land, being exiled from their identities through bust downs, beat faces, and BBLs. Posted filtered pics of their fake shit. Damn, ladies, are we becoming the hypocrites? Still wanting a man to breathe, needing to need him, wanting to need him, while wishing he needed only you. Podcasts of women asking, what's wrong with wanting that? but not wanting to believe the answers given? Who's still pillaging the ghettos for an angry fix? Systematic slavery, dead kids left in the streets. Who's still single making babies? Baby mamas, baby daddies, kids made with drama. Why we letting brown mean black? Yeah, Black Lives Matter, but now we carrying everybody else on our backs except each other. Why we still being manipulated by charlatans promising God's reward of runneth over cups? Why a new election with old mindsets going to vote? We can't change nothing if we ain't woke. Being persuaded by Democrats through hot sauce and collard greens for affordable health care of designed diseases, false hopes and dreams? Who still think they not American? Ain't this the land of the free? Or has it become the home of the lost identities, yearning and burning for acceptance, now trapped in their own virtual realities? Thank you.
That was a poet doing a poem, and she's stepping carefully down the steps. Yes. All right, on the count of three, judges. 1, 2, 3. Hold up those scores. And when I say hold up, you gotta hold up. Okay, there we go. The regular guy, he'll be back next month, I promise. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.0, an 8.4, a 9.3, a 9.6, and a 10. We've got an 8, an 8.4, 9.3, 9.6, and a 10, giving us a score of 27.3. Give it up for the poet and not the score. Keep those hands clapping for our last poet of this round. Give it up for Chris.
To my future wife, Jamie Johnson. We spoke the love language of physical touch to the point where we're so naturally fluent that it didn't even take much for us to understand each other. It's undeniable that we belong together. Got me fiending so bad every time that we're apart. So I get creative with my own remedies, surviving off of flashbacks like it's a lost art. I call it sex memories. It's hard not to think about her. Write this piece and talk to y'all about her. Sing a song about her. Get down on my knees and pray to God about her. So why the hell can I just get out of my own way and be about her? Maybe because I've been hurt before. So the thought of letting myself be vulnerable around her just shakes me to my core. So here she comes. I'm stuck. What do I do? Lord knows I can't deny how I feel. I mean, the ball's been in my court. But she wants to say it with your chest ass, nigga, and my heart's on life support. But one look at her, and I just know I'm alive. Like I just took a skydive, adrenaline rush so high, I think I might just actually survive. Fuck it. Baby, the sun don't shine unless you're there to rise and shine to greet it. You brighten up the day with nothing but clear blue skies. It's almost as if you taught it about radiance. The moon cannot be full and accompanied by the stars unless you're there to fall asleep to it. You bring peace into the night that can only be achieved by grace. Fair to say that you're my safe space. Let me help you to understand that you stand out from the rest. No one amounts to the level of beauty that you possess in the way that you think, in the way that you move, and in the way that you care. Not to mention, baby, you can dress. Ain't no matter what you wear. Let me grow with you and get the chance to explore you. You're my favorite expedition. Be spontaneous with you and focus on your disposition. I'm so addicted to you. Come be my motivation. Of course, I believe you're the one and my heart is sent from heaven. No love is greater because you cold with it. So I want to make you my heaven on earth, my hoe, if you will. Take a slice of paradise and make a home with it. My piece of heaven, my peace on earth. I understand my worth because of you. Simply put, I'm never going to be the same because I fucked around and fell in love with you. But to fall implies that I've been tripping from the start, so instead, I fucked around and walked into love with you on the pathway to your heart. Forgive me for taking so long to tell you. I didn't know what it was gonna be. I knew it couldn't be perfect, but in my imperfection, you're clearly the best part of me. So why don't we do this thing for real? Be on chill. Maybe I can give you chills too. How about that? Cool.
That was a poet doing a poem. On the count of three, judges. 1, 2, 3. Hold up those scores. All right. From low to high, we have an 8.5. We have a 9.5. We got a 9.7, a 10, and a 10. Again, that's an 8.5, a 9.5, a 9.7, a 10, and a 10, giving us a score of 29.2. Give it up for the poets. Give it up for yourselves. We have made it through round 2. And again, I just want to give a collective oh shit to the poems that were spoken during the second round. We're going to give Wendy some time to do math and things and let us know who the final 3 poets are that are going to be going into the last round. Normally, this is the time when Dasan would give announcements, and he would tell y'all what is coming up next. But I don't have no announcements, so I can't tell y'all what's coming up next. Ooh. I do know that the 3rd Saturday of September the 21st, we will be here for the first slam of the official 2024-25 season. So if you are a poet, please come out and slam with us. These slams starting in September will lead us into knowing who's going to be on the competing team for next year. Next year, Southern Fried is going to be somewhere in the South. Amen. And it will be wonderful. It'll be lovely. And we will know in a couple weeks exactly where it's going to be. We had a what? I don't know if you know how complicated mathematics is. We appreciate your questions. Again, it's always one. It's all right though. I appreciate all my students, even my class clowns. They're the ones that write you emotional cards at the end of the school year. They just. All right, so as I said, we're only taking 3 poets into the final round, which means we have to say goodbye to 2 folks. We have to say goodbye to Elizabeth June. Give her a round of applause. And we have to say goodbye to the Total Woman. Give her a round of applause. Again, thank you so much for sharing your work with us. We appreciate you. Please come back. Please, please, please come back and slam with us again. In the final round, you will hear from these poets in this order. We'll hear from Jada Imani, then Nick Corman, then Chris. So Chris, you are on deck. Nick, you are coming up next. But right now, put those hands together. And I'm going to speak slowly to give her time to come up to the stage. Put those hands together for Jada Imani.
A nigga to lie to me better. I mean, obviously, I don't want a nigga to lie to me at all, but nigga, if we lying, I want you to invest in your lie. I want serenades and sweet nothings. I want you to stain my trust with hieroglyphs of hypocrisy. Like, I want to feel like you worked hard on it before you gave it to me. Even if you felt like I wasn't worth the time it takes to be honest, make me feel like, if only for a second, that I don't come off that silly, that I am at least worth a good lie. Baby, let's pretend that we know how to play house when we both only know how to play broken home. You can pretend to believe me when I say you the only man that's ever loved me like this. The same way I pretend your hand across my face is foreplay. Let's fuck around and find out how broken I am. Cause you know I ain't dumb. And I know that you know I ain't dumb. And I know that you know that I know that you know that I ain't fucking dumb, but being broken, now that is the thing that keeps me fixed to you. You see, I got my stupid down to a science. I can sit through 15 stupid lies in an argument, at which point I'm over it, and then I tell you 5 hard truths about yourself. You hit me with a threat for my safety or your fist. Now that's nigga dependent. Then I cry for 30 minutes, you gaslight me for another 10, then you give it to me like you know your shelter depends on it. That whole exchange lasted about like 2 hours. The next morning you wake up next to me wondering how long you have to act like you won't forget your latest apology, the same way I went to sleep thinking how long it will take for your latest apology to slip your mind. Both of us trying to gauge how long I will keep remembering to forget all the destruction you have caused. Now that whole exchange lasts, well, I'll let you know when I figure it out. I've always had a knack for pretending like I don't know what's going on. I've always been real good at pretending that I could take all this heartbreak, that every time I got my feelings hurt, it was a surprise to everybody. The truth is, I wear my heart on my sleeve because the heart in my chest has been worn too many times. I've even began to sympathize for the girls in your phone for falling for your poorly crafted forevers, because I know for damn sure I never read the expiration dates that you wrapped my forevers in when you gave them to me. Sometimes I forget who I'm supposed to blame. You for your lies or me for my deceit, the train for running me over or me for sitting on the tracks. I have been consumed with the fear of being alone for so long I couldn't even tell how lonely I actually was, trying so hard to avoid the disaster of being single that I created a catastrophe by choosing to stay with you. Niggas really be hella ungrateful. I mean, all this stupid in front of you, and you still feel the need to lie.
That was a poet doing a poem. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, judges, hold up those scores. And from low to high, we've got a 10, a 10, a 10, you know the rest. Give it up for the poet and not the score. Let's keep those hands together. Put your hands together for Nick Corman.
It's around August the 7th of 2023, and my mama calls me while I'm at work and tells me that the doctors have said that after 93 years on earth, my grandmother only has about 2 weeks left to live. My mama tells me that as her days have gotten shorter, my grandmother has already began to get her affairs in order, but I'm fixated on this doctor. See, both my grandmother and my faith have always taught me to never trust a diagnosis. Because just a few years ago, they took x-rays and found what they claimed to be cancer in her chest. Then they had all of us stressed, only for them to return a week later and not find a damn thing on the monitor. So I want to ask my mama to put me in contact with the doctor, because he must be some kind of medical cosplaying commoner, and I want to ask him who the fuck he think he is, and I want to tell him that his medical skill and practice is probably as popular as Donald Trump at a gathering of Black Panthers. I want to disregard every single degree in all of his medical expertise to do him how Kanye did Sway and tell him that he don't have the answers. Because clearly, he don't know who the fuck my grandmama is. She's given us 93 years, now you're only giving her 2 weeks. I want to tell the doctor that your diagnosis is a blasphemous understatement to the testament of God's strength. And if y'all think she's going out like that, then you got another thing coming. And I began to fervently pray for this Christ-like woman, like beating this diagnosis would be on par with the second coming. Because what these doctors don't know is this is the same black woman that graduated from college at the height of Jim Crow. The same woman who was called a nigger by white kids on passing buses when she used to walk with her siblings to school on unpaved Craven County dirt roads. See, she's given us 93 years. Now you're giving her 2 weeks. And I want to tell him that you don't know that of which you speak. This is the same woman that gave more than 3 decades of her life to social services, advocating for the equity and protection of women, children, and black folks. She is the very definition of what service and walking into your purpose is. She's given us 93 years. Now you're giving her 2 weeks. So when I receive a call exactly 1 week later, on August 14th, and I hear her nurse's voice coming from my mother's phone, and she informs me that God has turned on the street lights and called my grandmother home, I'm reminded exactly why I never trust a diagnosis.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, hold up those scores. From low to high, we have, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. From low to high, we have an 8.7, we've got a 9.5, a 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.7. Again, that was an 8.7, a 9.5, another 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.7, giving us a score of 28.6. Give it up for the poet, not the score. Keep those hands clapping for our last poet of the last round. Give it up for Chris.
Man, shout out to all the poets in here, man. Golly. As a creative, I want to thank God for his creativity. 7 days till his completion, and yet he still took the time in all his divinity to create the one he kept for me. She's beautifully divine. It's by design that her eyes can tell a story of a love so true, and all I want to do is have her look into mine to see my point of view. Hair that is unapologetically seen, whether it's curled up or let down, she is the epitome of a woman who knows how to wear her crown. Born to be queen, I'm proud to be her king. See, here's the thing. I can't get enough of how she looks at me with that genuine smile. She makes my soul sing. I mean, that's just her style. Her curves are a man's kryptonite. Those hips move on their own. With a knick-knack, paddywhack, she gave a dog a bone. This old man's about to take her back to the crib tonight. My sensuality encourages me to divide and conquer. Give that body a reason to smile as our souls tie in totality. It's no question that I want her. She's a masterpiece. Teaches me how to master peace, and in return, I inevitably master her peace. You see, to mast means to produce a very large quantity of fruit and seed, so it's important that her peace is fruitful as we plant the seed of a love so sweet. Yes, indeed. So once again, as a creative, I want to thank God for his creativity. I trust in the validity of what he gave to me, and I promise to cherish how we bond today, tomorrow, forever. A love that'll last to infinity and beyond. Thank you.
That was a poet doing a poem. Judges, this is the last time I ask you to hold up scores. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, hold up those scores. All right, from low to high, we have an 8.8, we've got a 9.4, a 9.5, a 10, and a 10. Again, that's an 8.8, a 9.4, a 9.5, and 2 10s, giving us a score of 28.9. Give it up for the poet. Give it up for yourselves. You have made it through our paper thin slam. Wendy's gonna call me over to talk to me secretly about some things. So I'm just gonna put the mic away. If you recall on the way in, you may have seen a beautiful food set up. I'm supposed to tell you that fish is ready. Go get yourself a plate on the way out. Not right now because I'm about to announce the winner, but on the way out, get yourself a plate. They're only $10. The food is delicious. Only $10. The food is just so wonderful. They take cash, app, Venmo, all the things, okay? So no excuses, only $10. Get yourself a plate. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna read a poem. Here we go. When I say Black Lives Matter, what I mean is Halima cooked pots of oatmeal for the entire house during Ramadan, bought milk to ease the pepper spray, Tiger Balm to nurse our rubber wounds. What I mean is, when I say not in my name, I see behind a classroom door. It's students learning more than how to survive despite their fear. I say free Palestine and the water in Flint finally runs clean. I call for immediate ceasefire and children return to their homes in Khartoum. What I mean is, when I say God is great, I know I worship a Jewish Messiah. I sing the Shema in Hebrew, the lights in Gaza turn back on. When I say liberation, I mean everyone breaking bread at the table, a garden of figs, of olives, and honeydew with no more stones to throw. Thank you. All that to say, there's still very much a genocide going on in Palestine, in Sudan, in Yemen, in the Congo, all across the world. So please pay attention. Please pay attention. And there is a political moment going on, right? We are so proud and happy for Kamala, right? And we will hold her up and we will support her and we will do the things, right? But we will also keep our eyes open and hold her accountable to the work that she must do. Word. And if your political aspirations are different than mine, have somebody give you the mic next time, and you can say the things that you want to say. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. I'm going to announce the winner of our Poetry Slam. She is someone who is near and dear to my heart. She was the rookie. Don't get excited. She is the rookie of the Bull City Slam team last year, and I am so excited to see the great things she is going to continue to do. Give it up for the winner of the August Paper Thin Poetry Slam, Miss Jada Imani. We love you. Come see us at the end of the night. We do have something for you. For the rest of y'all, please go see our vendor. Buy some food. It's delicious. Meet a poet on the way out. Like, talk to people. Don't just, like, peace out, hang out. And, I mean, like, all right, judges, if you would bring your boards just to this general area before you peace out. Thank you so much for coming. We love you. Good night.